Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another pro play spectating casting even. As we are going to the beautiful server of EU West with the new Spirit Blossom Irelia skin, as we see there in mid lane. As looking at these comps, we do have a kindred player here. Alright, as we hop into the game here, apologies for that, it was a message by my mother. How inconsiderate of her. Never mind. As we see here, top lane matchup, Garen into Jax. We're going to be seeing if Garen's able to try and neutralize the threat of this Jax. Obviously, you see two Conquerors, meaning that they're going to be wanting to go for extended trades if they can. If not, kill as soon as possible. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Ezreal, Rel, Smolder, Lux. It seems like, you know, they might have swapped roles here. The supports as not very common do you see Ezreal with the engage of the Rel. Ezreal starting E there. Very, very crucial to note that, as Ezreal will not have his Q to be able to, you know, assist him in poking down the wave or even potentially poking out the enemy laners. But on the opposite side, Smolder and Lux, two champs, one very good at poking out early, the other very good at dealing lots of damage later on. Is the synergy going to work? We will find out. As looking in mid lane, Echo and Irelia, a very interesting double melee matchup. Obviously, Echo with the ability to use that W to be able to neutralize anyone dashing on top of him, but Irelia possibly able to just dash out of the stun range. And meanwhile, in jungle, we see a Nunu, the rolling king here. We're going to be hoping to see that he gets some good engages in this bot lane. That Lux, that Smolder, very, very, very easy to catch with a snowball. As already we're having some trading in mid lane. Irelia picking up a lot of damage from the Echo, but being able to respond quickly with the assistance of the minions. Meanwhile, we have the most violent top lane I have seen all year, as here we go, the Counter-Strike will come through as slice and dice. Garen pushing Jax away. He's trying to set up for an early freeze here, Jax, and he can see the opportunity to be able to. Two minions now are residing, but Garen with that level 2, able to shove Jax away and push this wave in. Counter-Strike comes through now. Stun lands onto Garen. And now turning back into mid lane. Irelia pops level 2, a little bit behind the Echo in terms of CS, as this exact issue that I thought was going to happen is happening to this Ezreal, where without his Q, he's not able to apply any kind of consistent pressure. Meanwhile, in top lane, Jax going to be going in onto the Garen. Going to be getting out that first blood. The Ignite will be used by Garen, but it will be for naught, as Jax able to survive and able to pick up that kill in the top lane. Garen without TP. Meanwhile, in mid lane, Echo and Irelia taking some quick trades. Rel now looking to take an engage onto the Smolder. He does not have the E, crucially. The Ignite will come through, as Lux just looking to try and pick a fight with this Ezreal. Rel going to have to try and save him, but will fall to that Lux also passive. Echo now engaging fully onto Irelia. She will drop low, but that Conqueror keeping her alive. Stun coming through for Echo as Echo picks up that third kill. The feats of warfare have been claimed. Kill in every lane, as Lux going to be flashing forward, going to be hitting the root onto the railers. Not able to hit the E. Smolder now picking up some stacks with that Q, with that W. Going to be eating forward here as Rel has to flash away. Nunu is here though. Nunu rolling out through. Here he comes. It's Finn Mac Missile. Not going to be able to send it all the way as Lux picks up the route onto him. Meanwhile, Kindred is now appearing in top lane, looking to pick up this mark on this Garen that has just landed. Perfect timing. Not able to claim that bot side mark, but will be able to claim the kill in top. A great start for this blue time. 4-0. As Nunu, here he comes. He is rolling in. In the meantime, Irelia is trying to push this Kindred away. Will just hop over the wall, place the ward, and Jax is here to make an appearance, trying to stun that Irelia. Not going to be able to land it with the Counter-Strike. Meanwhile, now Echo is here in the fray. Garen is moving. Nunu is posturing. The double stun will hit. Echo will flash forward, use the E. Garen is now here in the backline. Going to be looking to try and take down this Jax here. Will flash over the wall. Nunu chasing after him with the flash. Counter-strike will land, will stun the Nunu. Meanwhile, Garen is falling down to the Echo. Nunu, will he be able to pick up the Constellation kill? No, he will not. The second kill goes over to Kindred. And now we have business here in top. 3k gold lead already. We are not even 5 minutes in. We are 10 seconds away. And there are 3 bounties on the board. Kindred, 2 kills. That is never what you want to see. As this Rel proving that doesn't work with the Ezreal. There's no real follow-up that you can get with the Explorer. Meanwhile, Lux is just absolutely decimating these 2 bot lane champions. Meanwhile, top lane, it's hard to say that Jax is behind, but you can't exactly call it. As Counter-Strike will go through. Now Jax, can he prove me wrong? Can he take down this Garen? We'll chunk him decently with just the Counter-Strike and the W. Ezreal is having an atrocious time here in bot. Died to the Lux early on. Rel not wanting to assist his ADC, as will now miss the route. The E will land, but the ward will go down. Lux without a replacement ward looks like he can take down this control ward, but Echo is posturing here. But Nunu sees him. Rel, will she try and go over the wall? Nunu is standing proud like a lamppost, ready to strike at any moment, as they do. As already this has been such a bloody game. Echo now will be hit by the stun from the Aurelia. The ult will come through. The Vanguard's edge as Lux is stunned up, taken down by the Ezreal. Meanwhile, in mid, Echo, able to survive, uses the chrono shift as Jax and Kindred. Part 2 in top lane. Did somebody call for the lamb as Kindred takes down Garen? And it's one after another. Smolder now going to be called out by the Rel. Ezreal going to be going in, pops the barrier here. Drops Smolder down low. Rel is the only one who's going to be able to pick this up. Does she have the Q to be able to stun the Smolder? This barrier will be used and Smolder will fall. Echo now hit again by another one of the blades as the flawless duet is flawless in many ways, and Echo is shut down by the Aurelia. A first kill for her as Ezreal overextends and gets picked off by the Lux. Not predicting that she could be in the lane, let alone be ready to take the kill. Meanwhile, Nunu here, just looking to try and steal something from the Kindred. Doesn't have the smite up, but does have the Q. Will not be able to take the blue buff though, as now Lux is here. Jax joins in suit. He is joining here for this Drake fight. And now, Rel having to leave back off. Unable to engage onto this this trio of this trio in the bot lane while the Drake is available. Now, despite all the happenings, Ezreal has been able to stay even in CS. Is actually ahead in gold thanks to that kill that he got on to the Lux in the early game. That shutdown even, as he is playing this as safe as he possibly can, waiting for the last moment to be able to auto-attack, throw those Qs, stack up that tier. Will not be able to proc the W. The root will land. It looked a little bit odd, but Kindred picks up this first Mountain Drake. Mountain Drake being incredibly useful, especially into the picks that don't build any kind of lethality. Brown now going to be engaging onto the Lux. Not going to be able to pick up the stun. Will hit the Smolder instead. Ezreal proccing that W, dealing a nice chunk of damage onto the Smolder. Stun hits onto the Echo, but look who's rolling in. Oh, the flawless duet will miss. And the ult from the Aurelia does not land, but Echo chrono shifts back, but he's got company. Worse company, if you ask me. Jax and Kindred are here in the fight. Going to stun on 2 is Aurelia. As Jax and Echo able to pick up that kill, but Echo will fall shortly after. As Aurelia is clawing her way back into this game with the Vamp Scepter. She is full build as we see. Now shoving out the lane. Stun lands, but will the counter-strike be able to hit onto the Aurelia? The answer is yes, but Rel quickly hitting the stun onto the Smolder. Not able to follow up though. Ezreal missing the Q, missing the W. As Jax just taking as much as he can. Nunu, the snowball will hit the wall, but Irelia says otherwise. Jax jumps in now. Will tank a turret shot? Will Kindred be able to keep the Jax alive? He will survive. The Lamb's respite, maintaining his healthiness, and Nunu just gets out with a slither of HP, able to land the Q as he escapes. As at the moment, despite there being 4 kills across them, bot lane is looking to be the calmest lane of all in this this game at the moment. Rel now joins in Nunu, but will fall before the Rel is able to assist. Kindred just running away, no need to stay, no need to prolong the fight, but Garen has other things to say. The stun lands onto 2, Lux and Kindred will fall. The shutdown from the Garen. Demacian justice, if I do say so, and Kindred is sent packing back to base. The shutdown picked up by the Garen. 330 gold on top of 300 means 630 gold goes into his pocket. Now Jax in top lane, 206, that Tri-Ability Force will be in his inventory alongside Kindred as well. As it seems like every time we pan to bot lane, it's the moment of respite that we need from this intense, bloodthirsty game. Rel now, Hex flashing over the wall. The Magnet Storm lands through, and the True Shot Barrage gets 2. Smolder, will he be able to pick up the Constellation kill? He will be able to pick up the Ezreal. Garen now fighting on with the Jax, who was trying to proxy this top wave. As the blood is still being spilled here in this game. A bloodbath indeed, as Echo going to be sidestepping that Vanguard's edge. I actually got it right, I remembered it. Jax now counter-strike underneath the turret. Garen is already dead though, not able to spin to win as Kindred appears back in top lane. The mark will not be claimed though, it looks like. Kindred not able to pick that one up. The first turret will fall, and Echo makes the mistake of challenging Aurelia when she has Vampiric Scepter. She is full build now. As this game, we are not even 12, we are hitting the 12-minute mark, and there's been 22 kills. Call it bloodthirsty, but I call it cinema. As Kindred 5, 1, and 2. Looking very, very good in this jungle matchup. Nunu now tries to pick up some kind of looking for something. We'll see. We'll say he's finding an angle here to potentially roll into this bot lane. Although, in my opinion, he shouldn't really be looking for trying to get kills in this bot side. He should be trying to get this Garen back into the game, or this Irelia even further ahead. Kindred will be just in time to be able to witness him feeding the blue buff, not able to claim it with the Q as Kindred manages to use the E to burst it down. Aurelia now fighting with the Jax in mid lane. There's Garen in an engagement with the Echo. There's not real any damage going through, but the ult will come through as Chrono Shift changes the tides of time, and Jax will fall as well to shut down onto the Aurelia. Nunu now playing exactly how I said he's listening to me. It's terrifying. And will pick up the kill in mid, handing the gold over to the Irelia, as that will be Blade of the Ruined King already picked up. Nunu now rolling into bot lane. A little bit questionable. The root will land, and the final spark assists. Mum will come in, but to no need, as Nunu falls rather early on. Some would say he might have Ghost, but I say just a little bit of a misstep. Gets caught out by the Lux root, and unfortunate, he will fall. Kindred looking to pick up this Infernal Drake, put the game into the Soul map. What will we have? We have 4 other options it could be. And what will it be? Cloud Drake. Very, very, very good for Jax and Echo. But Magnet Storm will pick up 2. Lands both with the True Shot Barrage. Kindred now on the fight, but Smolder gets caught out by the Ezreal. Mystic shots landing, but the Lounge Respite will come through as Nunu now charges the absolute zero. Kindred will fall down to the turret. The Irelia will pick up the kill as Irelia flashes forward. Vanguard Jet will land, and Lux is the double for Irelia here. As Jax just toying with this Garen here. All he has is a Tiamat and a pair of shoes. But are is Jordan's fake, as we will soon find out, as Jax is very clearly teasing this Garen here. Will tank a turret shot, take a significant amount of damage. But the W burst damage, that Triforce. My goodness. Garen is basically a non-factor at this moment in time. He needs some kind of resurgence into this game. Otherwise, he will not be able to pick up even the Smolder potentially. Now, Echo. Going to be able to move away from the Rel. Using that Cloud Soul, the Cloud Field, to be able to run away very quickly from the Rel. Being able to dodge WQ. There's not all too much happening. More so a little bit of a show of stretch, which Peacock has the better feathers. There's Echo. Being the bait for the Lux to pick up the kill. Will end up taking it as the tax in the end, but Rel falls now with that Locket of the Iron Solari, not able to keep her alive. Now Locket, incredibly useful into this Lux. Obviously, most of her damage comes in the form of burst. You want to try and negate that burst, you need yourself a Locket of the Iron Solari. Instant shielding. At the moment, it's going to be around about 250 health's worth of shield, which might not be enough to completely negate the Lux final spark, but it will be just enough to keep someone alive as Nunu here joins Irelia in bot lane as the Echo TP's in. Chrono Shift comes through as Irelia falls down, as Nunu is picked up again by the Echo. Double kill in bot. Lux there for the assist with that root. As Garen now with Rel in pocket. Will there be some action? There's already been plenty of it this game. 33 kills. We're into the triples as Jax now picking up an Ezreal. Not going to be able to get a flash out, but he will claim the E. Magnet Storm available. True Shot Barrage can follow through. This combo is quite good, in fact. As I need to... Oh, my apologies for the sneeze. I should have sneezed away from the microphone. I don't know why I sneezed into it. As at the moment it's looking a little bit curtains, but Echo will have to flash away. Irelia able to pick up that kill before the Echo's stun is able to come through. Mum is here to assist as Nunu, the absolute zero in the Magnet Storm. 2 kills picked up. The True Shot Barrage will just miss, but Jax now moving in with the counter-strike, able to pick up the Nunu as a consolation kill, but Lux is too far forward. Will she be able to? Who will claim the kill? Irelia picks up another. Nunu with 2 kills. Irelia with the other 2. And all of a sudden, a change in music. We've gone from some Red Devil song to some lovely blues jazz. As now, Garen was able to pick up a shutdown in that engagement, I believe, onto the Echo. If not the Smolder, but... it's not about how hard you hit, it's how hard you get hit and can keep fighting. It's Garen, will he try and go for the turret? Doesn't have the damage to be able to do it with the Stride Breaker, but not on cooldown. Jax is the one who will make an appearance here in bot lane with the TB. As top tier 1 will fall. Now the issue is... while yes, an ace is very, very valuable, it only matters with how much you can do with that power. As Lux will be stunned up by the Rel, but Smolder is the target. Nunu picks up with the snowball. Irelia will pick up the kill with the flawless duet. As another gets picked off. Smolder starting to fall away, which is not what you want of the baby dragon. Irelia will be stunned. Stunned in suit is Echo as Kindred goes over the wall to engage onto the Irelia. Root comes through as the Vanguard's edge lands. Echo and Nunu will fall together. Kindred, Lamb's Respite keeps her alive as Ezreal and Rel will now be the subject of demise as they are picked up by this Kindred. 836 is the Death's Lotus. Now Now the Cloud Drake does fall. It will be soul point for this red side, and that lead that they gained from the ace suddenly evaporated. As now we're back into a state of normality with this red side ahead. They are only up 7 kills, so it can change in the space of a fight, but that fight needs to go very handedly in their side. It needs to basically be a 5-0, a perfect ace, a straight flush to be able to beat this 4 of a kind. Going through this game, we've seen a nice little development come through here. They've realised in terms of strength, the blue side is much stronger when they move around as 5 and pick off members individually. They've realised Smolder is your easiest target. Speaking of, he is solo in mid lane as Nuno is rolling. Rolling in, the snowball lands. Will he be able to get out of the way? But no, it looks like the turret is the only bounty they want. As Echo hit by the Magnet Storm, stunned up again. Will he need to use the Chrono Shift as he does not opt to do so? Final Spark lands onto 3 as Kindred begins to move forward. Aurelia will flash back, but the stun from the Flawless Duet hits 2. As Kindred not able to follow up on that engagement. Meanwhile, Echo now taking an appearance into bot lane to fight off this Garen here. Garen now running away. Trying to get away from this Echo as the Atakan is started. As the chase continuing on. Garen opting to take the fight. Strikebreaker comes through, but with the Chrono Shift, not able to pick up the kill onto the Echo. Uses the Demacian Justice slightly early as flashing away from the Echo E. Well, using Light as well. Now Garen does survive. So he will be alive for the remainder of this play. But the question is, what do you even look for if you are this blue team, as Nunu uses the absolute 0 to ineffective results. The Smolder not quite stepping forward, but Lux will be the target of the supermassive snowball. And that looks to be the biggest snowball ever as Lux picks up her 5th death of the game. Now matching with Irelia, Ezreal and Smolder. But, as said before, you need a big win. You can't just be only getting these pickoffs. You need it when it matters. You need it when the objectives are coming up. You need it when the waves are able to be pushed. Otherwise, it's just smoke and mirrors. Kindred here, 6 souls in. Currently marked on the Garen. Right. It is too hot here. It's 31 degrees in the UK, in where I am at the moment. There's Nuno, just rolling around at the speed of sound. Got nowhere to go except hunt down these wolves. There's a Garen. Will he meet them? The maker of Jax, Jaximus Prime. As we're back into a sort of quiet period of the game. Lanes are pushing, people are shoving, and not too much is going on. Aurelia sees Echo. The stun lands as the Vanguard's edge follows through. Chrono Shift comes through as he has to flash over the wall to avoid the large snowball of Nuno. Rel is now here to join the fight, but Echo seems to be safe in the back. Does get the flash, does get that Chrono Shift, but his ult will be back up in mere moments. As now a 4-man push into mid, looking to take this inhibitor turret. As Ezreal, all he's able to do is poke from the outside. The turret falls rather quickly as Nuno lines up at the starting line. And like an F1, beep, 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 and here we go. Echo lands onto the Nuno here. Going to be landing the Q as the final spark comes through to land onto Nuno. Grail now going to be the engaged target, but Jax is here with the ult. Grandmasters might use. Counter-Strike goes in. Magnet Storm picks up 2. Stun will land onto both. Grail will fall and Nuno will fall in suit. Mum picks up the kill onto Garen as the Lance Respite comes through to save the Smolder. Aurelia is the target after the Lance Respite fades, and Echo will pick up that kill, and it is 5-4 for nothing. A tragedy for this blue side, as now that Jazz has turned into heavy metal rock. As without the Drake even spawning, this is soul for the red team. Will they opt to go all the way, or will they try and take the Drake? It looks like they're going for the end. Echo with that Lich Bane, but there's a surrender vote, and that's GG.